This is Dr. Hui from San Jose, California, United States. My local time is 7 a.m. and thank you very much. So let's start the webinar. So this webinar is talking about IBridgePy's latest backtesting features, actually. And this is a webinar mode, so I will not answer your questions during the presentation, but I will answer your questions after the presentation. So please hold off your questions, but you can put your questions into the questions panel, but I won't answer your questions immediately. I will do it afterwards, actually. Okay, thank you very much for your time. I would like to start the content right now. So we will just, as something I mentioned here, you still remember my email is ibridgepy@gmail.com. If you have any questions about how to use IBridgePy, you can drop me an email. The website is www.ibridgepy.com. And I live in San Jose, California area. If you happen to visit it in this area, you can drop me an email and I would like to meet you in person. So let's talk about today's webinar. Actually, I will talk about IBridgePy cornerstone functions. Actually, I think most of you have attended the EPAT lecture, so that you still remember how to use IBridgePy to do algorithm live trading with interactive brokers. I would like to quickly review the cornerstone functions so that you still remember the context. Then I will just give you a brief explanation about the basic steps to build an algorithm trading strategy, as we have talked about in our EPAT lecture. Just give you a context. Then we will focus on the IBridgePy backtesting system. I will give you two sample code, and we will focus on backtesting one of them. So show you how to do the backtesting. In the backtesting, first we will talk about the fundamentals of how IBridgePy process backtesting. Then we will talk about backtest one sample strategy, use historical data from interactive brokers. And after we analyze how backtesting is done, then we will talk about how to improve the backtesting experience by using historical data supplied by users, actually. So it will give users more choices to do faster backtesting. And then we will quickly talk about how to analyze the backtesting performance. This is today's content, actually. So just a quick overview about IBridgePy. You can download IBridgePy from ibridgepy.com. IBridgePy is a Python platform to live trade. Originally, it was designed to live trade with interactive brokers. It focuses on to protect users' privacy, which means you can install IBridgePy locally so that no one can see your strategies without your permission. And another goal of IBridgePy is to design it as a flexible and easy to use tool to live trade with interactive brokers. But right now we are trying to expand, actually integrate with more than interactive brokers. We plan to integrate other brokers if they provide API to automate trading in any way. So we can integrate with IBridgePy. The main features of IBridgePy, as we talked about in the lecture already, you can trade any securities or commodities offered by interactive brokers. So you can use contract search to find out what are the products are supported by IB. We can use IBridgePy to manage multiple accounts at the same time, which is a very important feature for hedge fund, professional hedge fund managers, because very likely they will have to manage multiple accounts under one login. And also it's very useful for fund advisors. Actually, investment advisor is a role in interactive brokers, which means they can trade on behalf of clients. So it has trading permissions, not withdraw or deposit permissions. So it's investment advisor. And investment advisor very likely need to manage multiple accounts at the same time. So IBridgePy can help them to manage multiple accounts. Then IBridgePy can execute multiple trading strategies at the same time. And right now we are talking about backtesting strategies in IBridgePy. Also, you can run quantitative algorithms in IBridgePy. Yeah, that's the main features. We just want to quickly review what's happening. Quickly remind you how to prepare IBridgePy, which is pretty straightforward. First, you need to download IBridgePy from ibridgepy.com/download. And be careful at this moment, you need to know what system are you using. If you are using Windows, you must install an Anaconda solution. If you are using Mac or Linux Ubuntu, then you have options to use Anaconda or not. And you need to know your Python version, either 2.7 or 3.6 or 3.7. IBridgePy support all of them. So download IBridgePy from the website. Next step is create a paper account or a live account with interactive brokers. You can just go to interactive brokers and you can apply a new account online or talk to their representative. Then what you need to do is download and install IB's official software, either IB Gateway or Trader Workstation. The difference between these two IB official software is IB Gateway is a lightweight gateway so that you can automate your trading. And the Trader Workstation is designed for traders with a lot of information on screen. So you can see news, account, everything, which is a GUI system. So you can see everything on your account. And also you can use IBridgePy to get connected to Trader Workstation to automate trading. But the drawback of TWS or Trader Workstation is IB force the shutdown on Trader Workstation. So if you want to have a continuous automated trading strategy, definitely you want to use IB Gateway. Then after you download IB Gateway and all Trader Workstation, you need to do a little bit of config in either platform. It's very straightforward. I will quickly show you later. And then if you don't have Python, then you need to install Python. The demo here is log into TWS, config TWS, get IBridgePy connected to TWS actually. So next is configuration. Let's switch to, actually I have IB Gateway, so I will quickly talk about the configuration in IB Gateway. After you log in, you will see something like this, and then you click config, go to settings, API, settings. What you need to do is change the socket port to 7496 and make sure it's not read-only API. That's it. And then you click OK. Then you can get connected using IBridgePy. Then the demo is to switch to Python system. And let's go to, as you remember, runme.py is where you start IBridgePy system. What you need to do is change the account code to your paper account, and then choose the file name that you want to run. For example, you want to run example show positions, and then you just run it. .py. No, not debug, actually. I just run it. Okay, runme.py. And then it starts to run the account. You can see, if you see this, which means you are successfully running IBridgePy. It shows you a file name, which means you are running example show positions. IBridgePy version is very important in case you want to report any code bugs or something you are not sure. You want help from IBridgePy team. Please make sure to report this IBridgePy version. And you can see the account balance and positions if you have any, and orders if you have, pending orders if you have any. This is example show positions. And if you want to switch to another file, run another file, you just comment out what you don't want, and then switch to the other file name, and this example is to show real-time prices. You just click run, and you will see it starts to print out the real-time price SPY right here. Okay, stop it. And another quick demo, it just reminds you, is how to get historical data. You just switch to get historical data and then just run it. It will obtain historical data. The first one is SPY, Apple, and Google. Okay, this is just a quick demo about how to use Gateway and IBridgePy to get connected to interactive brokers. And then let's close IB Gateway and then open TWS. Yeah, TWS, Trader Workstation. It takes a little bit time to start. Actually, it will download. Okay, let it run a while, and then let's continue to talk about the code structure. So code structure, initialize is a function to declare global variables. It's not a true global variables, but it's kind of the global variables in IBridgePy. So you claim variables in initialize. So quickly, this is news. I'm not interested. Okay, just quickly show you how to get connected to TWS. What you should do is File, Global Configuration, API, Settings, port number 7496, enable ActiveX and socket client, and then just click. Then switch to IBridgePy and then run the sample. So start exactly same. Yeah. Let's go back to our demonstration. Actually, okay. So initialize is a function to declare IBridgePy global variables, and it runs once at the beginning of the code and is required. Handle data is a function where your trading decisions are made. It runs every minute, but it's configurable. You can configure it to run every second, or even every day, or every hour, or something else. And it's optional. If you need to do your trading decisions every minute or every hour, then it's recommended to use handle data. Otherwise, you just want to make trading decisions at some spot time, which means, for example, you just want to do it 1 minute before market close or some specific time. Then what you should do is use schedule function, which is a function to schedule events. Events actually in IBridgePy is just functions. You can schedule when to run specific functions at what spot time, and it's optional. So either you use handle data or schedule function. It just depends on what you need. The entry point of IBridgePy is runme.py. You can use file name, account code, log level, and to configure how to run handle data. Okay. Show real time. I just quickly go through how to get real-time price. The function is show real-time price, and first parameter is the security. You use symbol to define security, and then put what kind of real-time price you want. You can request ask price or bid price or last price. This is show real time. I won't do demo again. And the next one is fetch historical data. Just like what I showed you, actually, you can fetch historical data from IB. You can choose daily bar or minute bar, and you can decide how many days or how many minutes you want to go back. You can just put a parameter which is called go back. So the function name is called request historical data. Put in the contract and the bar size and go back, and then you can run it to get historical data. This place order. Place order, actually, you can place order. The core function is order, and you put security name. You put how many shares you want. For example, you want 100 shares, and you can optionally put the order type, market order, limit order, stop order, and give the price needed into this function. This is place order. Stock screener. A lot of people ask to have a live demo about stock screener. Actually, So it's a great time to give you a live demo because right now US market is open, so we can see the result in no time. And this code will search security with high social sentiment night, and the price is higher than $100 in US major market. In IBridgePy, it's pretty simple. You just use a function called get scanner result. What you need to do is put instrument stock, which means you only want to search stocks. Location code, which is, you can also call it investment universe. So you define, you just want to search US major stocks, not others. Scan code is what kind of scanner you want to use. This scan code is IB defined scan code. You need to know what you need to put there. In this example, where I want to show you the social sentiment net and show it use descended sequence. About price, which means you just want to the stock with a price higher than $100, and you want to return number of rows of 10, which means you want to just return top 10. Here is just an example. Actually, I ran it last night. It shows like this, but I want to give you a demo in this live mode. So you go to runme.py and switch to security screener, and let's open the security screener, make sure we have the correct information there. Oh, most active. Okay, let's run the most active example. It won't hurt to see the result. Okay, right there. Most active, the most right now SPY, no surprise, this is the ETF to track SP 500. Index, QQQ, not surprise. Roku, not sure what's that. Apple, Microsoft, IWM, and BABA, and Gold, Facebook. So no surprise, they are most active stocks right now. And let's switch to scan social sentiment net. So social sentiment net means IB will search social network to see what our users are talking about, either positive or negative. So let's see what's going on there. Oh, got it. So let's see what people are talking about. TTD, EFX, LEA, WAT, no idea. Apple, I know this. ADS, Avago, okay, this is Broadcom, I know that. Okay, that's pretty good to know people are talking about these stocks. I'm really curious what's TTD. Let's see what's TTD actually. And stock TTD. Why people are talking about it? Trade Desk. It's American online advertising marketplace. Okay. Nothing special. Why people are talking about it? Interesting. Okay. And that's demo about stock screener in live market. Okay, next one, talk about the basic steps to build algo strategies. So these are a few informations you need to think about when you try to build your own algorithm trading strategies. First, what contracts do you want to trade? So you can think about either you manually input them from other resources, or you can use the results from stock screener. So either way you can use, but you need to think about what you want to trade, how to trade them actually, how to get this information. So you can do some offline analysis or do the stock screener. And then next, you need to think about how often do you plan to make trade decisions. For example, you want to trade every hour or every 10 minutes or every minute. If you want to do that, then you need to use the function called handle data. Or if you want to do the trading strategy at some specific time, then you need to use schedule function. The next one is, do you plan to calculate technical indicators? Very likely you want to do that. Then what you need to do is request historical data and then calculate a technical indicator. Then next is what kind of order types you want to place. For example, limit order, stop order, or trailing or market order. And then the function you need to use is order target, order percentage, something like that. Then the last one you need to think about is how to handle exceptions. For example, connectivity issue, just there's no internet available at some moment, or something happen. For example, you cannot have the real-time price. What do you want to do? So that's the basic step to build algorithm trading strategies. Then the next one is, let's talk about sample strategy. I call it close price reversion. So think about this very simple strategy is, if today's close price of a stock is lower than yesterday's close price, which means there is a price drop, then buy SPY using all cash. It's just a sample, so easier to handle. Otherwise, sell off all positions, if any. So actually, I call it reversion, which means if price drops, I buy. If price go up, I got profit. This is a very simple strategy. Reversion actually is a reversion strategy. So following these steps, first, manually input contract. So I just pick SPY. So I just manually put it there. And this is a reversion style strategy, which means I assume when the price go up too many, it will drop. When price go down too many, it go up. This is a typical reversion strategy. Trading decision point. This is kind of daily decision. It just care about close price, and I want to place orders pretty much at close of the market. So it's kind of a daily strategy. And then do I need historical data? Yes, because I need to know yesterday's close price. Trading decision made. Do I do it regularly? Yes, but I want to do it at a spot time. For example, 1 minute before the market close. So the trading decision is made at spot time. I want to do it market order for instant execution. So I will place market order. This is the strategy. Then let's go to the sample code. The sample code is very straightforward. So first, I define a global variable, which is context.security. I use a function called symbol to define SPY. It's my favorite ETF. And then the function I use is schedule function. I want to schedule to run a function called daily function. The date rule is I want to run it every day. Time rule is I want to run it 1 minute before market close. Run it every day. And what is this daily function? Daily function is right here. this is where you make your trading decisions. Your trading decision is like this. First, you retrieve historical data. You just care about the close price. Go back 2 days, and you want daily data. And then you got pandas data frame, come back, and I call it hist. The close price yesterday is hist minus 2. This is yesterday's price. And today's close price is hist minus 1. Oh, the return on this one is not a pandas data frame. Actually, this is a pandas series because I just want to close price. So you can think about it, it's just a list of price, and the last value in this list is the latest close price. The decision point is if close today is higher than close yesterday, I just want to order. Oh, hold on. Today, oh, this one is close higher than yesterday, which means I don't want to hold anything because I want to take the profit. So my order target percentage is 0%, which means I want to sell off all of my securities in my account. And then display all, which means I want to display my account. Everything, I want to see the result. And otherwise, I want to buy 100% of my portfolio, go to this security, and just order, and then display. This is the sample code. We will backtest this strategy using IBridgePy backtest system. Moving average crossover, we talked about this strategy in our EPAT lecture. I just want to very quickly talk about it. So if fast moving average start to jump higher than slow moving average, we think is buy opportunity. We want to buy SPY using all cash. Otherwise, sell off all positions if any. Still, this is a manually input contract, and this is a trend strategy, not a reversion strategy. Daily, of course, we need historical data because we want to calculate the moving average. Trading decision made at spot time, yes, 1 minute before the market close, and we want to place market order for instant execution, similar as before. Actually, this time, I don't use schedule function. I just use the regular traditional Python way to control when to run a function. The reason I don't use schedule function is schedule function depends on US market open close time. If you are not trading US market, then you need to use this way to exactly control when to run your function. So this time I just use traditional way is handle data and then run it when the time is what I want. And then straightforward to get historical data, calculate moving average 5, moving average 60. If fast moving average is start to higher than slow moving average, buy it. Otherwise, sell them. This is the sample code. Okay, finally, it's time to backtest our strategies. First, I want to give you the fundamentals of backtesting. Actually, any backtesting will follow the same fundamental. IBridgePy just implement a backtesting strategy is something like this. So every strategy, think about that. Just even if you are doing the live trading, you obtain the live price. You can say real-time price. Real-time price goes into IBridgePy, and it goes through your code, your function. So in the backtesting mode, it's very similar to live trading. I call it time capsules, or you can call it candlesticks, are provided one by one to users' code. Just either backtesting or live trading goes to like exactly same thing actually. So in IBridgePy, provide time capsules to your code one by one. Go to one by one means it's a time series from past to the latest time. Each time capsule contains information. Information includes here is the starting time of a candlestick, open price, high price, low price, close price, and volume. Be careful about here is the time capsule does not have ask price or bid price, because the spread cannot be well modeled in backtesting system. Ask price, you just cannot have a good way to model it. But you can think about a fixed spread based on open price. You can add a little bit, make it ask price, or minus a little bit, make a bid price. But I don't think that that's an accurate way to model the ask price or bid price. So we just use these prices actually. But if you want, you can simulate that. Volume, it's very hard to model the real market. So you just assume your volume is not crazily enough to make turbulence in market, live market. You need to make that assumption. Okay. Next, historical data can be supplied by IB or user's CSV file. IB means IBridgePy can retrieve historical data directly and use it for backtesting. Or you just want to supply your data. For example, you have other data sources. You just want to use your own data sources. So you just supply it using CSV file. Actually, if you want, you can use whatever format you want, as long as Python can read it and transform it into a pandas data frame. In case you want to set up your own database, it's okay to use it as long as you know how to use Python to retrieve data from your own database. It's okay, not a problem. This IBridgePy simulates processing orders as IB server does. Right now, IBridgePy backtesting system supporting market order, limit order, and stop order, not trailing order at this moment, because the simulation result won't accurate and it takes simulation time. Very likely user wants a quick result instead of run it for a long time to get a trailing result, and which is also not accurate. So it's not that meaningful. Then in IBridgePy, transaction details are stored in the folder of IBridgePy output folder. The file name is something like this: transaction log, year, month, date, hour, minute, second, this is the time that you started backtesting, your local time, and create a file. So, which means every time you click test me, which is the entrance of backtesting system, it creates a file, record transactions, and there is another log called a balance log. You can see the balance of your account portfolio and then do charting if you want. We will talk about that. And then, balance log actually. In the IBridgePy backtesting system, every time when IBridgePy found a beginning of a new simulated trading day, it calculates portfolio values and record it in the balance log. I will show you later. Okay, so this is the fundamentals of backtesting system. Then let's go to real backtesting finally. First, I want to give you a demo of using historical data from IB and backtest the strategy. We call it close price reversion and see how it goes. So first, open testme.py. Okay, let's go to there. Go to testme.py. It's time to take a look. What's inside there? Oh, you need to change the account code first. Account code is here. Okay, let me explain what's that. So first, let's go through. Okay, so also, just as in runme.py, you need to select the file name. I want to run the demo close price reversion. It's just I showed you. Actually, if you want, you can switch to show position, show room time price, get historical data. It will work, place order. But I just want to give you, actually, we can run it quickly. And then log level, if you want, you can turn on the log level to debug. Backtest equals true, means we want to backtesting. Account code, data provider name. Oh, this one should be IB at this moment, which means we want to retrieve data from interactive brokers. Run mode, we still want to run like Quantopian, which means run handle data every minute. And then the new thing is his injection plan. This is a reserved word in IBridgePy to store historical data injection plan. I call it an injection plan, which means you tell IBridgePy what historical data you want to retrieve from interactive broker and use it in your strategy. For example, in our demo close price reversion, you want to trade SPY, which means you need to retrieve historical data of SPY from interactive brokers to run backtest. So that also you need minute data because IBridgePy default way is to run handle data every minute. And also the reason is you want to get the market close price 1 minute before the market close. At that moment, you need to retrieve 1 minute data to get that information. Also, you need to prepare daily bar historical data because in your code, you need to calculate the daily bar information so that you need to prepare SPY daily bar and go back 30 days Go back 30 days. The reason I want to do it is I don't want to backtesting too long. It just takes time. Actually, in the demo, I just want to go back for a few days. So also, not necessary in this demo, just save some time. We don't want to, if you want, you can add other historical data if you use them in your code. For example, you want to also test not only SPY, you want to test Apple or Google, then you need to retrieve historical data of them. So the next part is what time frame, not time frame, what time you want to simulate. End time. For example, you want to test until now and go back 4 days for demonstration. So which means you want to go to today is nice. Yes. Go back 4 days, which means August 5th. You want to run your strategy from August 5th to today. Autumn means you don't want to manually input every spot time. You just want to IBridgePy to automatically create time spot. Frequency. 1T means 1 minute, 1H means 1 hour, 1S means 1 second. So in this demo, let's run it 1 minute. Okay, we get everything explained here. Let's go back. If a handle data is used, must ingest minute data at least. If scheduled time is used, time frame should be adjusted accordingly. Historical content, the code should be cleared. Historical data of all contracts. Just as I mentioned, if you use SPY, then fetch SPY. If you use Apple, then fetch Apple's price. IBridgePy will fetch historical data from IB server following his injection plan. Okay. And declare start time, end time, frequency, backtesting spot time. Okay. The basic requirement, if your code runs at specific simulated spot time, the historical data within proper time frame should be available. Okay, and let's go back to the demo. We have everything ready, and first let's run it. Let's show position, see how it goes. This time I want to test me. Okay. Run. Test me. Okay, let's see how it goes. So first, data ingestion starts. Actually, it follows your injection plan defined here. Is injection plan. The plan like this. You ask for minute data, so you can see one ingested hist of SPY, bar size 1 minute, and you want 10 days. So it go back from today to July 29th. You requested daily data, go back 30 days. So you get it ingested hist SPY daily from August 9th to June 28th, 30 days. Data ingestion completed, which means you got what kind of data you ask, and then start to initialize trader, and others are very similar than the real time live trading. So account balance. Okay. And one thing I want to mention is the default cash starts from $10,000, which is for calculation. I just set this number. If you want, you can change it. And then I want to show real-time price, how it goes. Ingestion starts, and then start. You can see August 5th and start to run price following the, okay, let's just stop there. You can see just start every minute. You can see the price. This price is the real price based on the historical data actually. And then it just keep going. It just takes time to run it every minute. This time, let's run our target is close price reversion, and then run it. See how it goes. Data ingestion started, and it starts. Let's see how it goes. So it starts first at August 5th, 3:59 p.m., 1 minute before market close. And you place order ID 6. You want to see how it goes. This is market by SPY shares 351 because I want to buy all of them. And you see bought means your order is accepted and processed by the simulator, and then print account information. You can see the price and your positions is here. Also, you can see the order status. Order ID 6 status is filled because IBridgePy just filled your order, and the order details is here. The next time it runs is August 6th, 3:59, 1 minute before market close. This time the action is sell. 351 shares. SLD means sold. And you can see the account balance is like this. Right now position value is 0 because you have no position at this moment. And you can see order 6, order 9, buy, sell, same order, same amount as you requested. August 7th, same thing, but it doesn't buy or sell anything because based on the price, probably the price just dropped. Keep same thing and. This is the simulation of our demo code close price reversion. Oh, I should run test me demo 1. Starting cash price $10,000. Oh, let's change it to 1H. 1H means we don't want to run every minute. We just want to run every hour, actually. Let's switch to, actually, I should run demo 1. Oh, actually, we can just use test me, actually. We run it every hour to see how it goes. Same strategy, everything same, just run it. Okay, started, but you won't see anything. The reason for that is in your code, you just want to run it 1 minute before market close, which is 3:59. However, if you run it every hour, it runs 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m. It won't hit your defined schedule function here, so you won't see anything there. However, we can change it to show real time every hour. You will see something there. Definitely, we will have historical data at some hour, actually. Okay, let's see how it goes. So 9:56, 10:56, 11:56, 56, because my local time is 56, so I just run it every hour. You can see next is 10:56, 11:56, until 15:56, the market closed. So you won't see anyone until the market open on the next day. You can see 9:56, 10:56, continue, and the market close because it follows US market. Okay, go back to our demo. Okay, let's think about how to make the backtesting more efficient, actually. We observed a few points is every time when I run the same code, run different code, it fetch exactly same data from IB for every test, which may violate IB's pacing rule. IB don't allow you to waste their resources to get exactly same data every time very often. Because I defined injection plan exactly same, even if when I switch file name, it still fetch historical data following exactly same plan. It's kind of waste. Next, every minute bar in 4 days go through the code. But actually in my strategy, I just care 3:59 p.m. That's the only one spot time I care. But every minute in the past 4 days go through your code. It just takes time, actually. We can make it better, faster. Next is sometimes you don't care the trading result. You just want to find out the bug in your code. You just want some random number to test your code to find your coding bug. You don't need real historical data. I won't say you won't need real-time historical data, but not critical for testing. You just don't need to get historical data from IB server. You just want to have some random number. 3 scenarios, let's make some improvement. Next topic is we just want to backtest using data supplied by user, which means you don't fetch data from IB. You supply historical data. Okay, let's do it this time. Test me demo 2. Test me demo 2. Same file name. The difference is data provider name I switched to local file instead of IB. Then his injection plan, I made a little bit of change. The first change is when I create an instance, I add a value which is called default folder name. And I point it to IBridgePy input folder right here. And then when I create plan, same as before, values, but I added a file name, which means I want to read this CSV file. Use this file as the historical data. Supply is there instead of fetch it from ID server. I want SPY 1 minute, go back 10 days. I want SPY data 1 day, go back 30 days. If I want, I can just give Apple, Google, if you need it. Others are safe. So this time, there's no fetch data from IB. Just IBridgePy will use whatever data you supply and run it. Okay. Data injection starts, but nothing happened because you provided data. Actually, I won't say it won't happen. It's just ingest data from your file, local file, and complete it. And then start simulation, same thing, exactly same thing. I won't go through it again. So this is how you supply data there. The format of the data you supply is not necessarily CSV file, but there's some format you need at least, but it must have the following columns: epoch second, open price, high price, close price, low price, volume. And need them. The prompt of this strategy is accurate result. The con is you need to provide historical data, but not necessarily, not only accurate results, but use other data sources by user. Okay, and let's go back to the next page. Oh, one thing I want to show you is how it looks like. For example, let's open the shorter one, this one. Apple, 1 day, daily bar, go back to 30 days. So this is time, close, high, open, volume. Just like this. -1, actually, I created this data. I obtained this data from IB yesterday. It does not provide volume, just raw IB data. It just don't have volume. It's just -1. Let me see here, still same. About this one, still -1, which means IB just simply does not have volume data. But this one, let me see. Oh, it has volume. Different. Okay. If you have this data, then you will have more accurate simulation. Otherwise, it's just use -1. Okay, let's go back to next improvement is here. We don't want to run every minute. We just want to run 359 because that's the only spot time I care in my strategy. What we can do is we user define backtest spot time. Go to test me demo 3. Okay. So same thing. I don't want to bother IB to retrieve my historical data. I just supply using local file. Exactly same thing. I changed here. I switched to custom mode for time generator type. This is a reserved word in IBridgePy. And then another reserved word is custom spot time list. It must be a list. That's why I call it. And then I use a Python package datetime to create a datetime. And then append to this list. Use this way, I created a time series from August 1st to August 8th. But the hour and the minute is the time I really care. And in this way, we just run it much faster. You can see that because we only run the spot time following the custom spot time list. We don't run others. So it's much faster than before. Pros, much faster. Cons, you need to declare each backtest spot time. So this is something you can use. Next one. I don't care this real-time price or the accuracy of historical data. I just want to test my code to see if there are any bugs. I just want to use random number. Can we? Yes, we can do that. Let's do it. Demo 4. This time, data provider name changed to random. So IBridgePy will create random numbers for you. You don't need to have ingestion plan here. Actually, we can simply delete it because we don't need it. We just use random number. And random number this time, we can go back much longer, actually much longer simulation time. We can go back to January 1st and go through the code. And let's run it. Demo 4. And it starts. You can see the order list started to grow. Just take time. Okay, let's stop there and start the backtesting. If you don't print, it will go much faster. Actually, the print is, here. If you don't display all, run it. I still print some. It will be much faster, actually. Okay, let it run, and let's talk about using random number. Okay, and next one is the performance analysis. As I remember, I explained output is here. Balance log. You can see I run test. The latest one is August 9th, 8:10. It's running this one, actually. Let me open this one. This is the balance log. The balance log have 4 columns: date, time, portfolio value, and cash value. Start from $10,000. 10,000? Oh, should be $100,000. Sorry about that. And you can see cash drop and buy go into there. Yeah. And transaction log. See, the transaction log is right here. Date, time, order ID, contract, action, shares, price. So you can see it happens. If you need it, you just use this number. It's recorded there. Then I want to analyze and visualize the backtest result, not just number in the log. What I can do is here. I have fake performance. Okay, this is a fake. Okay, what I want to do. This is a fake balance log. It's just same thing: the date, time, portfolio value, and cash value. And I want to analyze and visualize it. I wrote a short calculation. It's pretty straightforward. I read in this file and change it to 10-dash data free. And from here to here, I just want to calculate the Sharpe ratio, annualized Sharpe ratio based on daily portfolio value. And want to see what's the Sharpe ratio. Oh. And I want to use Matplotlib. Should be lib, not lab. Matplotlib, a Python package to make a chart and then show it. See how it goes. Like this. This is just the sequence number based on the date from the beginning and to end. Right there. And you can see the last 5 lines in your data is printed out: date, time, balance, cash. To calculate the Sharpe ratio, I need to calculate the yield in percentage, actually. The number is here. And also, it follows my instruction to calculate annualized Sharpe ratio. It's 2.68. It's just fake number, so don't focus too much on the number, but take a look at this chart. And you can zoom in if you want. Something like this. What's this? I'm not used this chart a lot. Yeah, it's just a chart. You can draw a chart if you want. Okay, when you are ready, you can go live. When you want to go live, what you do is just switch to runme.py. Switch to paper account first to run a few days to see if there are any problem in the real market, not a real market, but a simulated market provided by IB using your paper account. And if you're satisfied with your result, change paper account and go live. Go live. Okay, this is the end of today's webinar. Oh, no, I won't say it's the end, but my presentation ends here. Let me quickly check if there are any questions. Can I add other people's accounts under my management account in IB? Yes. You need to talk to IB representative to become an investment advisor or portfolio advisor. And then IB will help you set up your account, management account, and then you can manage investors' money if they allow you to do that. The answer is yes. Next question, okay, is where I can download sample code for this strategy are presented. Actually, the code is pretty straightforward. Just drop me an email. I will send you later. Next question. My IBridgePy works last time, but now it doesn't work due to a new version is available to download. How can I avoid this live trading? Actually, you're using the free version. That's why you need to download the newest version every time. If you want to wait the update, we recommend you consider to purchase IBridgePy premium version. So drop me an email. We can talk about it offline. Next question, how to get historical option price and Greek data for the backtesting? Great question. Historical option price, you can get it from IB. Just change the contract to option, it will get option price. For the Greek data, then you need to supply it by yourself. I'm not sure how to get historical Greek data from IB. I have never done it by myself, but if IB support API to do that, IBridgePy can do that. But right now, it's not integrated in backtesting because I'm not sure how users will use this Greek data in their code. But IBridgePy is just a Python package. You can write your Python code by yourself in IBridgePy to use the Greek data if you have it. Okay. Do you have any more questions? Okay, one more question. Is it possible to get the watch list via IBridgePy? Get watch list. I assume you're talking about in IB account, you can set up a watch list. A list of contracts that you care about. I don't think IB support API to get a watch list, but in IB, you can manually put them into a watch list. I don't think IB provides an API for that, but you can do it manually. Any other questions? If no more questions, oh, your email. My email is on the first page of my presentation is ibridgepy@gmail.com. And if you have any questions, you can also go to the the web page, and there is a community web page, and you can post questions there. Community right there. Email. What is IBridgePy premium version? Drop me email. I don't want to talk about any purchase here. Do we get HTE recordings? I assume we have a recording, and ask the staff for the recording of this presentation. Can we get these codes for learning purpose? Are you talking about the strategy or the demo? Just drop me an email. We can talk about it offline. Demo code. Okay, got it. It's, just drop me an email. It's pretty. Actually, I will post it on IBridgePy.com in tutorial, and you will get it there. It's easier if it's more than an email, actually. Any more questions about backtesting? Or anything else? If no more questions, that's the end of today's webinar. I really appreciate your time to attend this live webinar, and thank you very much again for your interest in IBridgePy. This is Dr. Hui Liu from San Jose, California, United States. My local time is 8:22 a.m. and my email is ibridgepy@gmail.com. The website is www.ibridgepy.com. You can download IBridgePy there, ask questions, and read API documentation there. And if you are a registered user, you will receive not regular emails about updates. For example, we are working on integration with other brokers. Also, we are working on an online test system so that you don't need to install your IBridgePy to your local. You just go to a website, and then you can backtest your strategy. There's something we are working on. If you are a registered user, you will get an email that we have new features. And thank you again for your attention. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Dr. Liu, for such a wonderful session. And all the participants, if you have any further queries, please reach out to the alumni cell and we would be happy to assist you. Thank you so much. You have a great evening ahead. Bye-bye.